So 1971 Camaro, we're looking to test the temp gauge. I pulled this out of my car because I'm not getting a reading off this. I know I've got a sender unit in the car, and when I earth out the sender unit wire, I get nothing out of this gauge. So what I do is now just bench test it. Let's see how we go. I'm drawing a little diagram here. This is the back of the instrument, the gauge. I've worked out that there's a feed that goes to a sender unit, there's a power feed that comes in, and then there's a connector here that goes straight to earth. So I'll flick the gauge over and just show you the operation. This has actually been tested, and I've tested it okay because I've run it through a sender unit and it has gradually warmed up. So over here I'll show you the connectors. We've got a, if I can get this instrument cluster still, over here, back of the gauge. So power feed directly from the source battery. There's the wire there. Power feed in. This one simulates a connection to the sender unit. Here's a sample sender unit right here, which then is the feed in, the feed to earth, back to earth. This connector here directly to earth on the battery, right there. So the way I simulated this was I actually got a lighter right here. I've warmed up this sender unit, and basically after warming it up, we saw that gauge start to rise exactly where we wanted it. So I'm going to simulate a really hot condition and turn you on. The moment we've got it, it's cold. This sender unit I've tested with is cooled down a bit. I'm actually going to take off this connector, put it straight to earth, and the idea will be to simulate a full hot condition with no resistance. That should move up. Yep. So we're not going to stress that out too much. We'll just show what would happen if you were to put your temp gauge wire straight to earth on the body of the car with the ignition on. Would go straight up to height like that. So in this scenario, we're using a temp sender off another vehicle, which is not the right one for this car. But again, if I warm that up with a flame on this section here, it will simulate that gauge going up gradually. A bit hard to do with the one hand operation, but I have tested it and yes, it did work. So there we are, 71 Camaro bench tested the temp gauge. Thanks for watching.